What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Today we have episode 3 of the CryptoCast going live without any audio errors. I can still use some work on the audio. It is definitely very clear, so you can actually hear the conversations now. And just a little bit of the topics that we covered in this one is decentralization, a couple of tips here and there about the crypto space, and also a couple of projects that are doing great things. And the reason why I chose this topic is to show that this channel is community driven and I love to talk about crypto. So if any of you want to join, go ahead and check our socials down below. I would be more than happy to talk crypto with any of my community members. Enjoy.
Damn. Terra Luna, 89%.
You said what's 89?
It's down 89 right now.
What is?
Terra Luna. I'm just looking at the overall top 100 coins. The only one that kind of looks like a pop this week was fucking Monero. Went 27% up.
Yeah. All right, Q. I know I talked a lot.
I'm actually following what you're saying right now, and I'm just taking it all in.
Yeah, yeah. Like it just comes down to education and the people picking the right things for true decentralization, because the only thing we have ever known is a debt-based system, and like crypto is such an alternate view and alternate way of doing finance that people are like shocked. Like there will never be decentralization, but people said the same thing about emails. Like I can write a letter. Why the fuck do I need to type to somebody and get that email to them instantly? Like they'll get it when they'll get it. But that's
Yeah.
just how uh, revolutionary technology comes up. You have the people that will never believe in it because it's such a powerful change in ideas. Why do I need to manage my own money when I have banks? There's literally people who think like that. But as you can see, banks are also willing to take billions of dollars from people during a pandemic. I find that extremely disgusting. And this is
True.
only overdraft fees. If I get the amount, I'll share it with you. But it was definitely in the billions.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw what you're talking about.
But yeah,
Oh,
that's
I do have a question for you.
yeah. What's up?
I remember the last time we talked, you was talking about a guy. I can't remember his name. Like he was like a leading.
Michael
I'm just gonna use
Saylor.
the word like a leading expert in the cryptocurrency. Like his way of breaking things down.
Yeah. So Michael Saylor.
Is that Michael Saylor? I was trying to remember his name so I could watch a couple of his videos.
Yeah.
He's into Bitcoin. He's a Bitcoin maximalist. Just like our fellow brother here.
Okay.
The way he explains things is like it's crazy to follow, but he will say some off the wall stuff. Like I think I remember saying last time, like buying Bitcoin is like buying a city block, buying Ethereum is like buying a house on that city block, and then the third generation coins are like the utilities within that house on the city block. It's just crazy. But yeah, he's a
Okay.
good person to listen to. Because not
Okay.
he's a Bitcoin maximalist, but then also the idea of decentralization, he understands it, he gets it.
He's over leveraged, man.
You said he's over leveraged.
Yes, he's
He
over
won't get
leveraged.
liquidated until it goes down to 3 grand though.
That's what he says, though. That's not up to him. That's up to the board and committee of the company. Because he's not playing with his money. He's playing with the company's money. You know what I mean?
So
Shut up, cat.
I'm not gonna say I'm a maximalist on this coin, but I just wanted to scan over what open source technology like Cardano can apply to. And as you can see, the tabs right here: enterprise, whether that's ledger keeping or product tracking for companies, whether they're agriculture, retail, shipping, things like that. I don't think any company has yet to adopt blockchain technology for like tracking shipments or anything like that, but it's on the way. VeChain is also in this category when it comes to tracking shipments and verifying things are real. Blockchain and credentials and things like that, making documents more accessible to people. That's their idea. And as you can see right here, Ateller Prism is an ID and credential solution, which is pretty neat because you can see all of these areas in the world that are very important, actually. Um, that's what blockchain technology is trying to do, and this is only one coin, and that's why I like them because they're just slowly chipping away at the block of adoption, chipping away at the negatives, and the negatives are basically people who are saying that this will never happen, and government, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about because I was gonna write a book on this. Is a liquid democracy, consensus. So when it comes to like voting and things like that, true democracy that is decentralized, I think that is also something that will come out of blockchain technology where we can vote and not depend on a trusted quote unquote third party and have any discrepancies when it comes to our true democratorial rights or our way of life. Just like how they thought the election was rigged or whatever happened. I just think even moving voting and consensus amongst people, it's what is going to happen. And the blockchain technology can do that. Yeah, so basically, as you can see, Web 1.0, 2.0, Web 3, it's imminent. And I just want people to understand what this space is actually capable of because it will, just like people don't know how emails work, people won't know what blockchain that they're using to cast their vote on something or to send money from one person to another, maybe 10, 15 years down the line. And I think with this kind of technology, generational wealth, definitely an opportunity of a lifetime. I think during each of these web sessions or these web instances, there was an opportunity for life changing wealth. So 1.0, you can read only, wasn't really controlled by one entity. That's when projects were just starting to get, built up. Web 2 is when it started to become really centralized. You could participate, you can create, but they were basically hosted on their own servers. So Google, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and also cloud computing came in 2.0, which is crazy because cloud computing only recently became popular. Not recently, but I hear it a lot more now because they're starting to put it in security plus classes. That's the reason why I like Cardano is because they don't even market that well. The leader of Cardano basically just talks on YouTube and doesn't really market.
Every day. Talks every day.
Yeah, it's crazy. He just talks on YouTube every day, and some people listen, some people don't. Some people think it's ghost chain, but until they prove, they are slow. Like I'm part of the community. They're slow, but they're hitting the deadlines. They're slowly doing the upgrades. They said they would do this by this time. Maybe they miss it by a week, but all of this shit is new. There is no playbook, so sometimes they may mess up and have to scrap the whole code that they just wrote for maybe a year and a half. But that's fine. A lot of people don't know what investing is, especially long-term investing, and they want these upgrades like tomorrow, but they've never written code a day in their life. And I know you said you were looking at Cardano Max, so I just wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you ever visited this page, but they are definitely trying to apply their technology to a wide range of things. It's good stuff.
Okay, that's Cardano.org, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you can also go to Cardano.io, and that's like where you can see their technology. You can see their upgrades that's coming up next. But I think what is their next upgrade? I think is Voltaire. It's like they named their upgrades after famous mathematicians. It's the guy's weird.
Good thing about Cardano, Charles Hopkins, he was part of the original Ethereum crew, just like the guy from Polkadot. They all split up. It was like a boy band, and they all split up and made their own music, kind of thing. That's what happened with the crypto, with
Yeah.
Ethereum.
I think I went through all of my tabs here. I got this one over here. Bank of America sets record breaking year for patents in 2021. So banks are trying to still be relevant, and this is old news. This was rebranded on February 24th, but the news was ultimately from 2021, and they did, let's see, 512 patents. So you can only imagine how many patents they are at now in regards to blockchain technology and how they're trying to put their foot in it and spin it in a way that doesn't make them irrelevant. And the same thing with JP Morgan. I think they did a blockchain patent for a metaverse lobby. Is crazy.
I got a question. You think regulation from all governments should be step in and at
Say
least
what?
stable coins? Do you think regulation should be implemented in stable coins? So people, nobody can just release a so called stable coin. You know what I mean? Like, stable coins should not be like a thing like so big.
Yeah, I do think regulation for stablecoin should be a thing because obviously you're going to have people who are going to experiment like Do Kwon did, and then you have the, and I'm not saying this based on the at the despair of the new investors, but you literally had people who invested their life savings into Terra, made a lot of money, and they held it, didn't take profits.
Not even that. Also, like, let's say fuck the Terra situation, USD. Let's say you want to put your money in a so called high interest. It was 20%, which is kind of ridiculous. But anyways, you just put your money in there, some of your savings, and then all of a sudden it depegs and you lost all your money.
Yeah, so the high interest is because they're doing some leveraging on the back end. That's why they're able to give such a juicy return. And so you are actually able to give a juicy return simply just based off of the money that is going in and out of the bank. But once you introduce leverage on the bank side, that's how they can offer more juicy rewards, which attracts more people to put more money in the bank. And I think obviously I love the interest because I benefit from it. You know, I go to projects that offer high interest, but that's only for the newcomers. The space is new. That's how you attract people. But after a while, you need to get real with yourself and say, you know, let's bump this down to 5%. And 5% is good. Like that's, if you look at what people get now from traditional banks, it's 0.0 I don't care. Like they don't give you shit for your money, but then they make billions off of the money that you put in the bank. So even if they just bump it down to 5%, that's cool. Everybody's safe. There's no leverage involved and nobody gets wrecked. But that's basically how I feel about it. I do think regulation for stablecoins should exist, especially if they're just going to operate parallel with the US dollar unregulated and things like that can happen.